What up, everybody? The Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 Part 2 teaser shows Carter with a gun pointed at Pinky, with Pinky looking like he's begging for his life. And this is a problem because Pinky knows way too much and has a little bit of dirt on just about everybody. Pinky was first introduced at the beginning of Season 3 before the 3-month time jump at the beginning. Pinky was around from the time that the crew hit the lick for Mecca's product, and also upped the ante by stealing the blue diamond ring as well. And Mecca was more pissed off when he found out that the blue diamond ring was missing than he was his product. We don't know how much Mecca paid for the ring, but on the auction block it went for $5.5 million, letting us know that that ring is very rare. At the time, we were thinking that the ring was for Monet, and it still might have been, but doubtfully, because as soon as Noma stepped on the scene, her first order of business was retrieving the blue diamond ring that Mecca promised her. So because she knew about the ring is why I think it was intended for her. But at the same time, the whole situation was messy, because the night that Zeke and Mecca were killed, they were also supposed to be fleeing the country and headed to paradise. So that might have actually been Mecca's escape plan to get away from Noma. But after the crew stole the ring, Tariq gave it to Davis to fleece and take his payment out of. Because at the time, Tariq was behind on his payment to Davis, paying for his defense for the double murder trial. And this was when Pinky stepped on the scene. Davis gave the ring to Pinky to fleece. So the fact that Pinky was introduced through Davis also lets us know that he might have a criminal record. Something else that Carter could hold over his head other than the pistol we see in the trailer. And through Pinky, the ring ended up on the auction block where it was sold for $5.5 million to a man as an engagement ring to give to his fiancée. But the story of the ring doesn't stop there. Noma and her goons then found the couple and cut the lady's hand off to retrieve the ring before killing them both. So we know from the fact that the man paid $5.5 million for this ring that these people had friends, family, people who want justice for their brutal murders. This story was even on the news because Tariq showed Davis the reports from his phone. Not to mention, this would be a case that Carter would love to solve because as far as we know, the couple who was killed in the park over the ring is what Carter would consider innocence. And because Pinky was part of the chain of custody with that ring, he could at least get Davis tied into this case. And even though Noma stopped wearing the ring around like she was in Season 3, and that's probably smart considering she killed 2 people for the ring, but the ring being so valuable, she almost guaranteed still has it in her possession somewhere safe. But that was just the beginning of what Pinky knows. Later in Season 3, the Weston Ponzi scheme was exposed by Rashad Tate. Because of that, Lucas Weston planned on snitching on Tariq and Brayden about their drug business, and also planned on pinning the Ponzi scheme on Robert and Kiki. Because of that, Lucas had to be taken off the board immediately. Tariq tried to put the battery in Brayden to do it, but he could tell that Brayden wasn't going to do anything. It wasn't until Brayden saw his father going with the cops when he knew what he had to do. But by this point, Tariq was already tracking Lucas before he could get away or be put into WITSEC somewhere. And Tariq used none other than Pinky to track Lucas. He said he had been following Lucas all day, but then told Tariq that he might be too late because he already saw Tariq's boy Brayden go up there. A few minutes later, Lucas came crashing to his death from the top floor of the hotel. So Pinky knows that both Brayden and Tariq were on the scene of that crime and guaranteed knows one of them committed that murder. But then it gets even messier. Tariq and Monet found out that Kay Egan had been deceived into telling Tommy and Tariq that Monet gave her Tasha's address to give to Tommy. And they need to find out who wanted Monet dead so bad that they would go through all that. This is when Tariq again employed Pinky to do the job. The first time he met up with Tariq and Monet, he said that nobody's been at Kate's for a while. It looked like she moved or something. But later on, he was able to get the ring camera footage of Diana delivering the letter. And this doesn't seem like it would be anything to tell the cops. But since Pinky got the ring door footage from Kate's, he also got someone else on this footage. And that is none other than Tommy Egan stopping by his mother's house at least once to pick up that letter. And if Pinky still has that ring door camera footage, This would also be very valuable to Carter because that is proof that Tommy Egan faked his death and would immediately make Tommy the lead suspect for those 2 marshals he killed on the way into Tasha's house. Another case I'm sure Carter would love to solve. But if all that isn't enough, when Tariq and Monet found out the truth and Diana went on the run, Tariq knew exactly where to look. And he had Pinky waiting outside of Salim's house looking for Diana to arrive. And Tariq told Pinky to wait there until he got there, never knowing that Diana left because she left out the back. And after a month's time, Salim's parents will return home from their vacation only to find him dead in their kitchen. Again, someone who Carter would call an innocent and probably be very pissed off about. And another murder that Pinky could connect Tariq to. So Pinky's statement about this would be a good first step in getting evidence to make an arrest. But at the same time, his statement alone might not be enough to land any kind of conviction. But Pinky isn't just an eyewitness of Tariq walking into Salim's around the time he was killed and Brayden walking into Lucas's hotel. Tariq has also always communicated with Pinky via text message, meaning Pinky could potentially have record of all their conversation if he's been saving those text messages for his insurance policy. So with those text messages and the fact they might be able to track their locations from their cell phone records might be enough to make an arrest. But if not, Carter could always force Pinky to start wearing a wire around Tariq and force him to try to get closer with them to get more work. But Pinky could also tie Diana Tejada into all this as well, because he knows that Diana delivered the letter to Kate and also knows that it was Diana who Tariq was looking for when he showed up at Salim's. And now Tariq and Diana are around each other again like nothing happened. Because of that, Carter could easily figure out that Diana is pregnant, and that's why Tariq didn't end her, and then use this as leverage with Tariq and the Tejadas as well. Ultimately, just buying time to make an arrest so he could take them down, like he told Tariq in episode 2, that he plans on putting him where he belongs. And because Diana was also at Salim's around the time he was killed, Carter could also try to make her an accomplice as well. As far as Pinky goes, I think he'll end up getting smoked one way or another because that's how rats usually end in the Power universe. Because most likely Tariq or Brayden or possibly even Davis will find out that Pinky is a snitch and working with Carter. And if Carter doesn't consider Pinky an innocent, and he most likely doesn't, then he could also expose Pinky himself with the intent on taking down Tariq in the act of a crime or something like that. This would be similar to how John Mox set up Angela in Power, seeing if she would take the bait and let Ghost know that Teresi was a snitch. Carter could do the same thing by leaking the information that Pinky is a snitch and seeing if Tariq will take the bait to take him off the board. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.